All right, so now we are going to talk about the Chapter 12 written practice problems. So at this point, you're either going through them with me or you already did them and you're just checking your work. So the first case is with strawberries, problem 2 is with mushrooms, problem 3 is with oranges. Okay, let's do problem 1. So for a party of 600 guests, you are garnishing a dessert plate with 1 sliced strawberry. Strawberries are purchased in flats. So in your flat, which is a whole like case essentially, there are 12 pints and each pint is 1 pound. Okay. And for the entire flat, it's $18.95. Each pound contains 24 strawberries. The yield percent is 91%. For the strawberries, how much will the strawberries cost for this party? Okay, well, first off, you need to determine, do you need to use the yield percent? And in this case, you do not. And the reason why is because you need 1 sliced strawberry per plate. You're going to cut off the stem, you're going to slice it, and it's a garnish. So you're not accounting for that loss of anything because you just need 1 strawberry. Okay, and we're buying them by count. All right. And well, we're not buying them by count. We're buying them by the flat, but we know that 1 pound has 24 strawberries, so we know pretty much how many strawberries we're going to buy. We're just determining right now how many pounds we need and how much that's going to cost. So step number 1, calculate the total number of strawberries needed. So each guest needs 1 sliced strawberry. We have a party for 600, so you need 600 strawberries. Okay. Step 2, calculate the total weight of the strawberries needed in pounds. So each flat contains 12 pounds of strawberries. How do we know this? Because right here we have 12 pints and each pint is equivalent to 1 pound. So a flat has 12 pounds, okay? So we know that there are 24 strawberries in 1 pound because it's telling us that, or in a pint, but in this case it's pounds because we need to know how many pounds to buy. So you're going to take your 600 because that's how many total we need. We're going to divide by 24 because that's how many strawberries are in 1 pound. And we're trying to figure out how many pounds to buy. So when you take 600 divided by 24, you get 25. So we need, total weight needed is 25 pounds of strawberries. Okay. So step number 3 is determine the cost per pound of strawberries. So the cost per pound formula is cost of 1 flat divided by the weight of 1 flat. So that's how we're going to put it together. So we're going to take the $18.95 because that's how much 1 flat is. So you're going to divide by 12 because that's how much total pounds of strawberries are in 1 flat. And you're going to get $1.58 per pound for the strawberries. All right. Now, step number 4, you're going to calculate the total cost of the strawberries for the party. All right. So to do that, you take your total cost, which equals your total weight needed times the cost per pound. So in this case, we're going to take the total weight needed of 25 pounds. We're going to multiply it by $1.58 because that's how much each pound is, and will give us our total cost. And our total cost is $39.48, and I rounded that up to $39.50. So the strawberries will cost approximately $39.50. Now, if you have anything within 1 or 2 pennies, that's totally fine. So that is how we're going to do this. Now, obviously, you're probably thinking, well, you know, if each flat is 12 pounds and we need 25, we're going to need at least 2 flats and then we're going to need some of another one. So you really need to buy 3, but they want you to be exact by the pound. So that's why we're not accounting for the 3 flats if anyone was thinking like that. All right. Hopefully that was helpful. All right, let's do the next one. So the next one is about mushrooms. You're serving stuffed mushrooms to 60 guests. Each guest will have 1 mushroom. You purchase mushrooms in a 10-pound box for $26.95. A pound of mushrooms contains 12 mushrooms. Before stuffing the mushrooms, you will remove the stem. The yield percent is 93%. How much will the mushrooms cost for this event? So this is the same scenario as before. Each guest gets 1 mushroom. So because it's by count, even though we are cutting off the stem, we know each guest needs 1 mushroom, so we don't have to account for extra. So we do not need to take into account the yield percent. Even though it's giving it to us, we don't need it. So step 1, calculate the total number of mushrooms needed. Each guest gets 1 mushroom. We are serving 60 guests, so we need 60 mushrooms. Okay, determine the number of pounds of mushrooms required. 1 pound equals 12 mushrooms, which we determined here. It's in our word problem. So you're going to take 60, because that's how many people we're serving. That's how many mushrooms we need in total. You're going to divide by 12, because that's how many mushrooms are in 1 pound, because we are determining how many total pounds we need. And when we do the 60 divided by 12, we get 5 pounds. So we need 5 pounds of mushrooms. Okay. Step 3, we're going to calculate the cost per pound of the mushrooms. So to do that, you're going to take the $26.95. That's the total cost for 10 pounds. So that's your for the whole box. So you take that, you're going to divide it by 10, because there's 10 pounds in a box, and we get $2.695, which we would probably round up to $2.70, which is why some of us might be off a penny or so. So we're going to say $2.69 and a half, right? And then step 4, you're going to calculate the total cost of the mushrooms for the event, which is total cost. The formula, total cost equals total weight times cost per pound. So we're going to take the total weight, which we need 5 pounds, and we are going to multiply that by the $2.69.5, and you are going to end up getting $13.48 for all of the mushrooms. So that is your total cost. All right, and last but certainly not least, sorry that is there. In this situation, a case of oranges costs $22, contains 88 oranges, and weighs 40 pounds. You are serving 60 guests a quarter of an orange. Oranges have a yield percent of 63%. How much will the oranges cost for this event? So again, because we know specifically that we're going to take a quarter of the orange and give it to each guest, we do not need to use the yield percent. All right, so determine, step 1, determine the total number of orange quarters needed. So with 60 guests and each guest having a quarter of an orange, you need, you take 60, multiply by a quarter per guest, and you're going to need a total of 15 oranges total to get your 60 quarters. All right, step 2, determine the weight of 1 orange. So to do that, we're going to take our total weight for the case, which is 40 pounds. We're going to divide it by 88 oranges, and it is going to give us 0.454545 pounds per orange. All right. Then we are going to calculate the total weight needed for 15 orange quarters, or 15 oranges with the quarters. So you're going to take the 0.454545 pounds per orange times 15, and we are going to need 6.8181 total pounds to meet the needs of the event. All right, then you're going to calculate the cost of the oranges. So 1 case equals 88 oranges, which equals 40 pounds. So you're going to take $22 per case, divide by 40, so it's 55 cents per pound. So you're going to take to get your total cost, you're going to do the 15 times the per quarter is the 0.4545 times. You're going to do that calculation first, then you're going to do and you're going to multiply it, and then you're going to multiply 22 divided by 40, and you get your 6.818175 times 55 cents, and you're going to total of $3.75 to serve a quarter of an orange per guest. All right, 60 total guests. Hopefully that was helpful. If you have questions, make sure you write them down, and we will figure them out before the final. Thank you.